Reena, I'm curious, what's the scene been like outside this courthouse as news is trickling out that there is at least a partial verdict here?
Yeah, well, Alex, you and I were on the air together when this note came down in the 12th hour of deliberations. At the time, we didn't know what exactly it would say. And as soon as people started to learn that this was a partial verdict coming from the jury room, we started to notice more and more crowds gathering outside. You can see them there behind us. They are standing behind those barricades. And just a short time ago, we also saw Sean Combs' family, his children going inside the courthouse. Now, as we know, the sticking point here is the racketeering conspiracy charge, the RICO charge here. And I have the verdict sheet in my hands. And just looking at it, you know that it is a complicated charge, because under it falls 8 different predicate crimes: kidnapping, arson, bribery, witness tampering, forced labor, sex trafficking, transportation for purposes of prostitution, and drug distribution. Now, as we know, the jury sent a note yesterday asking for clarity on that drug charge. They wanted to know if somebody asking for drugs before they receive them should change how they consider that drug allegation. The judge simply referred them back to the original instructions on drug distribution, which essentially says that if somebody hands over or delivers a drug to somebody and it doesn't require a sale, that is distribution, essentially. So that seems to be one of the sticking points here. That was something that they were clearly parsing through. They have reached a verdict on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 involving the sex trafficking of Jane and Cassie Ventura and the transportation for prostitution charges as well, Alex.
Well, and Reena, one of the other notes that went to the judge, it was a question about juror number 25. He's a PhD in molecular biology, lives in Midtown, and I also believe that, you know, as a profession, he's a veterinarian, but that note said that we are concerned that juror 25 cannot follow your Honor's instruction. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, Alex, that note came just about 70 minutes into deliberations on Monday morning. The jury seemed to be facing a bit of discord in the jury room with this man who's 51 years old, lives in Manhattan. He has a PhD. They said that he was unable to understand the judge's instructions, and the judge said, "Get back to deliberations. It is your duty." They were sent back to the jury room. It seems like they did make some headway, of course. We did see them send several other notes since then. In total, 6 notes, including this one announcing that they do have a partial verdict, Alex.
Well, and Reena, right now, do we know if the jury is going to continue deliberating today, or if they're going to decide to call it a day and reconvene tomorrow?
Well, right now, that is still up in the air. It seems like they are still trying to figure out the next steps here. We know that both sides do want them to continue deliberating, and the judge plans to tell them to do so. The jury sent a note saying that there are unpersuadable opinions on both sides when it comes to this RICO charge. So we are standing by out here waiting to see how this all unfolds, whether they'll stay here tonight or whether they'll be right back here tomorrow morning, as they have been for more than 6 weeks at this point, Alex.